Bill has left Capitol Hill, and now he's headed west to California. Talking about Mayor Bill de Blasio and his tour of America to push his progressive platform. New Quinnipiac poll shows that New Yorkers not terribly thrilled with their mayor's jet-setting ways. They're also not happy with the way he's handling the police department. Most people say Commissioner Bill Bratton is doing a good job, but a similar majority is critical of the mayor and that controversial broken windows policies that allows police to summons or arrest people for petty crimes like public drinking, urination, or noise violations. The majority of people actually support it, although I'd be curious to see what the breakdown is between people who want to see petty crimes leading to arrests versus leading to just summons. But let me get back to the de Blasio numbers, and how much of this is de Blasio's bad press generating bad numbers, and how much of it is people disappointed with him generating the bad press?
I think it's a trust issue. I think Bill Bratton is more trusted than Mayor de Blasio at this point. I think de Blasio is a newer person to the electorate. De Blasio is sharply different ideologically than former mayors with the policing policies and the rest. People remember Bratton from the Giuliani days. I think that he's been around longer. I think they trust him as a police officer. I think with de Blasio being on the road, they're wondering maybe this guy's too hot for us, and it's a little bit of that.
I don't know if I see
He'll rebound.
I don't know if I see these numbers as being too dissimilar from, let's say, the numbers that a defense secretary and a president might get. You would expect the defense secretary to be more popular.
Bloomberg's numbers were awful in his first couple of years. He was down in the 30s. They were very, very low.
I think you're right about this, him being not just new in the terms of time, he's a different kind of mayor. Right. After Giuliani, 12 years of Giuliani, felt like 16.
12.
12 of Giuliani, after 24 years of those guys, you got a guy with a sharply different perspective. You can like it, you cannot like it. And he's not shy about it. And it's going to be a period of adjustment. I don't think, look, in the end, he's going to be judged on what he's done with the schools, what he's done with the economics of the city, what he's done with the police department. And he's got a record that you can say some nice things about.
Has he misjudged the public on broken windows? This poll seems to indicate that the public's not where we thought they were in the election when it came to stop and frisk when it comes to broken windows.
I think you may be. I don't think Bratton, de Blasio has come out against broken windows.
He hasn't. No, he hasn't.
I think he did it about stop and frisk. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a big division between the public and Bill de Blasio on broken windows, and I don't think you're going to see any significant changes there. In the end, this question of whether you focus on income inequality, opportunities in schools, a more progressive agenda is new in the city. The city will adjust to it, and I think his poll numbers will rebound.
What about the numbers we just saw, the breakdown when it comes to the view of de Blasio's trips outside of New York City? And
I'm surprised they're that good.
Are his national ambition taking him away from his work in New York City? I mean, I guess by definition, in terms of locality,
well, look how you ask the question. If you ask the question, is Mayor de Blasio's leadership in creating a progressive agenda taking away from his work in New York City, the numbers wouldn't be the same. Are you still,
But is he making a mistake, I guess, at least in terms of his popularity or in terms of the way he's handling this, by making this trip now, by trying to establish his progressive bona fides?
Before, calm down.
I'm perfectly calm.
He's only been there less than 18 months.
Right.
These kinds of ups and downs will level themselves out based upon how he performs. So far, his performance will earn him another term.
Bill Richards just told me to calm down because he's only been in office 18 months. You could take a look. See how calm I am? You could take a look at those numbers. You could take a look at those numbers and say 18 months, that's awfully early to be trying to establish yourself as a national progressive figure. Is it too soon?
He's clearly ambitious. I think it's a little soon to do that, yes. He's ambitious. I don't blame him for being ambitious. I mean, he's a politician that wants to move forward. He probably wants to be president.
I got 2 words for you, Barack Obama.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
2 years in the Senate, and he's.
I don't hold ambition against him. I think it's a little too early strategically for him to do this. But the opportunity is there now with the presidential election coming. Warren stepping aside as a candidate.
New York City mayors don't move on to other office.
Well, it's
when's the last time?
It's like going 0 for 25 in a batting slump. All it means is you do.
Don't talk to me about slumps in sports.
For those of you who don't know,
don't talk to me about slumps in sports.
The Washington Capitals lost to the Rangers.
Let's move on.
Let's
just go to again. Just turn their mics off. We want to get you involved in this discussion at home. Head to Facebook and Twitter. Sound off on today's question. Who's doing a better job, Mayor de Blasio or NYPD Commissioner Bratton? While you're at it, who's doing a better job on the show tonight? Is it O'Reilly or Brodsky? Up next, if your last name is Bush and you're thinking of running for president, shh, this is quiet time, Richard. Wouldn't you, if you're Bush and you're running for president, wouldn't you think you'd be ready to answer questions about Iraq? It turns out that Jeb wasn't and isn't.